Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Topping our news today at noon, Governor Rick Scott calling Florida lawmakers back for a special session. ABC 7's Jacqueline Matter joins us now with more on what the governor is asking of legislators. Jacqueline.
Good afternoon, Scott. Governor Rick Scott announced just a few hours ago that he will be calling a special legislative session to discuss several budget topics. This comes just weeks after the regular legislative session ended and will be held June 7th through the 9th. The governor announced his plans to veto HB 5501, which calls for a 60% decrease in funding for Visit Florida. This comes after lawmakers slashed money to the state's tourism marketing agency and provided only a small amount for economic development to Florida. Scott is also calling for an increase in funding for grades K through 12. And lastly, he announced his plans to establish a job growth fund for the state.
It's hard to come up with a package that is good for all Florida families. The most important thing I can say about all this is Florida families are going to be in a good position. Our children are going to be in a good position. The future of the state is going to continue to prosper.
The governor also says they will possibly add medical marijuana back to the call as well after receiving numerous calls from supporters of the bill. Scott will sign the $82 million budget, but he is expected to veto $410 million in legislative projects. Back to you, Scott.
All right, Jacqueline, thank you. In Washington, the fallout continues over President Trump's decision to withdraw the United States from the Paris Climate Accord. Global leaders expressing disappointment and are joining top American business leaders who also criticize the move. ABC's Janae Norman explains.
Many Republicans and the coal industry are backing President Trump's pullout from the Paris Climate Accord, but the opposition continues to grow.
Almost every school child in America knows more about the climate challenge than apparently the President of the United States.
The move sparked protests in D.C. and New York. Overnight, Paris's City Hall and New York City's One World Trade Center went green, a show of support for the landmark deal. New York, California, and Washington State are forming a U.S. climate alliance to uphold the Paris Climate Agreement, and 61 U.S. mayors are pledging to do the same.
Does the president still believe global warming's a hoax?
You should ask him that.
Mr. Trump called the agreement signed by nearly 200 countries to combat climate change a bad deal, saying it would hurt the American economy, workers, and taxpayers. But dozens of American companies, including Apple, Citigroup, Walmart, and even energy company ExxonMobil, urged the president not to quit the agreement, arguing participation would help.
We will see if we can make a deal that's fair. And if we can, that's great. And if we can't, that's fine.
But the leaders of France, Germany, and Italy saying in a group statement the Paris Climate Accord cannot be renegotiated. French President Emmanuel Macron, speaking in English, inviting American scientists to move to France to work on climate change, saying the United States turned its back on the world, but France will not turn its back on Americans.
Make our planet great again.
The issue caused a deep divide within the president's inner circle. The decision to withdraw is seen as a win for Chief Strategist Steve Bannon and a loss for Ivanka Trump and her husband Jared Kushner, who both lobbied for the president to stick with the deal. Janae Norman, ABC News, Washington.
Closer to home, the search for a missing Polk County woman is over. Polk County Sheriff's investigators believe they have found the body of Yanela Lorenta. The body was discovered in a wooded area this morning. The 23-year-old had been missing since Sunday. Florida Fish and Wildlife and the Polk County Sheriff's Office have been searching for her in a nature preserve. Her boyfriend found her car there, but there was no sign of her. This is still an active investigation, and sheriff's deputies do suspect foul play. Several prostitution arrests made in Sarasota this week. Police arresting 5 men on Wednesday. 3 of the men, the ones you see there, are from Sarasota. Police say they tried to solicit an undercover officer who was posing as a prostitute. The operation taking place along North Tamiami Trail. 2 other men were also arrested. All of them are charged with solicitation of prostitution. Firefighters in Charlotte County finally have the upper hand on a brush fire. Florida Forest Service officials say the fire is now 100% contained. Roadblocks in Charlotte, DeSoto, and Highlands counties have been reopened. The fire was started last Friday by lightning. No injuries were reported or any structures damaged. The fire burned about 325 acres in Charlotte County. Starting today, you can stock up on hurricane supplies tax-free. During the 3-day sales tax holiday, shoppers will not have to pay tax on portable radios, batteries, and portable generators costing $750 or less. There will also be no tax on most flashlights, tarps, first aid kits, anything related to what you may need for hurricane season. The tax holiday is expected to save shoppers about $4.5 million over the weekend. Meteorologist John Scalzi joins us now. My congratulations to you and Bob, the entire weather team, on last night's special at 7 o'clock last night. It was an awesome program filled with valuable information to get us all ready for what may come.
Yeah, I had a bunch of people call in.
Yeah,
it was great. Some great questions too. So we're glad we did it. And if you missed it, you can always watch it again online at mysuncoast.com. And I think we're re-airing it this weekend as well.
Good, good.
Hopefully you'll be able to catch it the next go around. It's always available for you to see. We have some pretty weather out there right now, I guess. If you like a little cooler afternoon temperatures and you were hopeful for a little bit of rainfall, then yes, we've got some pretty weather out there. Chamber of Commerce weather, well, maybe not so much. Little cloud cover around, occasionally a patch of drizzle, a spot of rain. That's going to be the case really over the next several days. This is not going to be a picture-perfect weekend. Yeah, there's some rain showers out there in Gulf waters. We pretty much had a rain-free morning, a little spot of drizzle here and there, but we do have some showers just offshore, and they are inching their way closer. Put the rain chance today at about 50%, and certainly cloudy for at least the next 2 or 3, 4 days. So there's a good chance that we could make up for some of that year-to-date deficit in our rainfall, and we'll talk about that coming up in a few, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. A recall alert for Harley Davidson. The company is recalling about 46,000 of its motorcycles because of an oil line that can come loose and spew oil into the path of the rear tire. Harley says a clamp on an engine oil cooler line may not have been installed correctly. The problem has caused 2 crashes so far and 1 minor injury. The recall covers 2017 Electra Glide, Road King, Street Glide, and Road Glide models built from last July to this past May. ABC 7 business commentator Jeff Stern joins us now. And Jeff, good to see you. With only 4 days of trading this week, how have the markets responded?
Scott, good to see you as well. Only 4 days this week, and thanks to yesterday, all the indices, record highs, brought them up positive for the week. Dow 0.31, while NASDAQ as well as the S&P 0.59 for the week. Pretty impressive. Even with all the news yesterday in Paris, the markets seem not to be phased. Oil's trading around 47.5 a barrel. That's down about 2% with that same news. Europe, Asia looking strong for the week as well. Woke up this morning, the futures were positive, so let's see how they currently are trading. Dow Jones Industrial Average 21,185, positive again, 41 points, almost 0.25%. NASDAQ 6,279, up 33 points, almost or over 0.5%, leading the way. S&P 2,433, up almost 4 points, 0.16 in the positive.
And Jeff, the May jobs report is out. How do those numbers look today?
Scott, they came out not as positive as everybody thought, 138,000, below the 185 that was expected. Although, keeping in consideration, 80 months in a row that they've been positive. Unemployment fell to 4.3%. We haven't seen those numbers since 2001. Average hourly earnings is up 0.2 over last month, over 2.5% over the last year, so that's real positive. Some other data, 810,000 jobs so far this year. Under Trump, 594 of those. Just in comparison, there were 615,000 jobs from February to April in 2016. Under Trump, 522. So it's not as positive as everybody thought as far as bringing jobs to the market. This could lead to the Fed maybe not or delaying their rate hike, in June. We'll see how that plays out, as well as a couple of other things. But so far, the markets seem to be okay with the numbers, Scott.
All right, Jeff, thanks so much for the update.
Have a great day.
You too. Some Sarasota area restaurants are offering half price on their meals. The annual Savor Sarasota is now underway. This is a 2-week eating event that involves 79 restaurants, from fine dining to casual beach cafes. All you have to do is go inside and ask for the Savor menu. This is the 12th year of Savor Sarasota. It ends on June 14th. And for a full list of the participating restaurants, you can go to our website, mysuncoast.com. If you don't already know, today is National Donut Day. It was started by the Salvation Army back in 1938 to raise money and bring awareness to the nonprofit service programs. The needy were actually fed by a treat known as Donut Lassies. Today, obviously, the fried dough is a popular treat all over the place. One new donut shop in downtown Sarasota had a line out the door this morning. Owners and customers at 50 Donut Company on Ringling Boulevard agree today is about more than just indulging in your sweet tooth.
From us as a mother, it helps me to give back to the community, and we're so happy to share a portion of our proceeds to do that today.
It's nice that people are showing their support and also getting something delicious at the same time.
We'll definitely be leaving with more than we came in expecting to just get one.
Also offering donut specials today is Krispy Kreme. You can get one free donut of your choice. And Dunkin' Donuts, you can get a free classic donut with the purchase of a drink. So enjoy. Time now to check in with ABC7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher. She joins us today from Farlow's on the Water in Englewood. Judy?
I am so excited to be down here in Englewood at Farlow's on the Water. If you haven't been, you need to make plans soon. It's well worth the drive. You're going to love it here. It's beautiful. We're going to take you around for a tour. It's whether you're indoors looking out at the water or under the beautiful canopy vines outside, you're going to be able to see what they're doing here. A fabulous wine list. I am so impressed, and the food, very creative. At dinner, they have a fresh fish cart where you can actually pick out your fish for the meal. Beautiful lunches like fish tacos, there's steaks, there's appetizers, so much to enjoy, and you're going to be able to enjoy the hour with me as we sit back, take in the view, and enjoy the flavors of Farlow's on the Water in Englewood.
Are you a soccer mom or dad? Regardless of their age or experience level, when your kids play soccer or any other sport, there's one person on the sideline who is key to help recognize and seek medical care for sports-related concussion. It's you. You need to know the signs and symptoms of concussion, and you need to act if you think your child has been injured. Remember, when in doubt, sit them out. To learn more, go to cdc.gov/concussion. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004.
SRQ Performance Parts provides parts and accessories from over 300 manufacturers, so you can get that new manifold, carburetor, gasket, bolt kit, or nitrous oxide system fast. We'll help you beat the competition. Call or visit SRQ Performance Parts online today for all your high-performance parts and advice.
Credit card debt can ruin your life. If you owe $10,000 and minimum payments are siphoning away your paycheck each month, you can get debt-free in less time than you think.
I've paid $800 a month for the past 3 years and haven't changed the balance on my credit card.
Get debt-free now has a program to reduce your debt, stop the harassing phone calls, avoid financial ruin, and settle for less than you owe.
I feel like a huge weight has been lifted off my shoulders.
You're pre-approved for our special hardship program if you owe $10,000 or more. Upon payment of your new lower balance, your debt will finally shrink until you are debt-free.
My family no longer has 30 years of payments ahead of us at 20% interest.
There's no fees until you see results. So call now, make one monthly program payment, and free up your cash. Resolve your debt.
Call 800-628-1251, 800-628-1251.
Let me introduce you to the ultimate Florida window. Do you feel safer with this or this? You'll be proud too.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get one more free. Call today.
ABC7, your Suncoast News. We're here for you weeknights at 5.
For the last decade, S&S Motorsports of Sarasota has built custom high-performance vehicles for demanding clients worldwide. They're now bringing their 50-plus years of combined build expertise to the parts business. SRQ Performance Parts is your one-stop shop for all your performance parts and accessories.
Now, the official Suncoast weather with ABC7 meteorologist John Scalzi.
Taking a look at current air temperatures, you know, we haven't risen all that much from where we were this morning in the mid-70s, the low 70s in some places. We're at 83 degrees now. Dew point values have kind of picked up just a little bit. We're at 73. Feels kind of sticky out there, but at least we got the cloud cover kind of holding down the temperatures. West-northwest wind coming in at about 6 across the region. Temperatures pretty uniform, really, because of that cloud cover that's around. We're just really shutting down a lot of the heating. 83 degrees, Wauchula, Arcadia, Lakewood Ranch coming in at 84, Parrish at 84. Do have 87 in Bradenton, 83 degrees in Sarasota, Venice at 83, 84 in Inglewood, 80 Longboat Key. Mayaca's at 87, 86 in Northport, and 85 degrees in Punta Gorda. We've had a fair amount of cloud cover around. We've also had a few patches of spotty drizzle, a passing rain shower. We now have some better rain showers, heavier rain showers down around the Venice area coming on shore there. And we have some clusters of some light to moderate rain falling out in Gulf waters, some of it producing some pretty good rainfall rates, gradually drifting closer to the coast. Put the rain chance at the coast at about 50% today, which is good. We'll see these showers begin to move inland as we start to form the sea breeze front and this little bit of energy moves on shore. It's part of a much larger flow of deep tropical moisture coming up from the south. We have this big trough of low pressure that exists in Gulf waters. And while you really can't see it with radar, because the radar beam, you know, goes out a couple hundred miles and it's worthless after that. It's just pointing straight up in the air at that point because of the curvature of the Earth. But beyond that, the satellites can see what's going on, and certainly there's plenty of rain showers and thunderstorm activity still out there. And we have a little area of disturbed weather south of what we're seeing in the central Gulf as well. So there's plenty more moisture to come, and it's all being pushed westerly by the prevailing winds aloft. Now, it is holding down the temperatures just a little bit, and that's kind of nice. The prolonged 3-month outlook does show likely hotter conditions for the state of Florida for June, July, and August. So a few days of slightly cooler temperatures. I guess you want to look on the bright side in a very dim sky, why it would be that we can lower our temperatures for a couple of days anyway to just about average or even a little below average possibly until we return to those very hot summer-like days. High pressure out in the Atlantic, producing that southeasterly wind flow at the surface. Meanwhile, aloft, the westerly wind flow taking this area of disturbed weather, high humidity and troughiness and kind of sending it toward the state of Florida. So the combination of all those factors bringing us the possibility of some pretty good rainfall that builds inland and then kind of drifts back toward the coastline later in the day after kind of an onshore flow during most of the day before the sea breeze begins. Cloudy at times, good rain chance over the weekend, and some heavy rain possible. Take a look at some of the computerized rainfall estimates, and again, over the next couple of days, we are looking at maybe in some instances some 4+ inches of rainfall total over several days' time in areas that are very drought-stricken. So hopefully this will all turn out to be a good thing. Of course, the downside is that there will be from time to time rain showers around, and I know there are lots of graduation ceremonies going on this weekend, so you might have to dodge a few showers. Scott?
All right, John, thank you. In sports, the Miami Marlins are honoring one of their own, the team creating a trust fund for the mother and daughter of pitcher Jose Fernandez. Marlins President David Sampson says the fund will be used to pay all education costs for Fernandez's daughter, Penelope. Fernandez's mother will receive annual payments from the fund. Fernandez died in a boat crash in Miami last September, along with 2 friends. Tampa Bay Buccaneers have signed all of the team's draft picks. Wide receiver Chris Godwin agreeing to a contract. He had 11 touchdown receptions as a junior last season at Penn State, the second highest single season total in school history. And he has already impressed the team with his pass-catching skills during workouts in Tampa. Golden State Warriors starting off the NBA Finals with a big win. ABC's TJ Holmes has a recap.
Even LeBron James had a tough time keeping up with the new guy.
That's called oops, you dropped something.
Kevin Durant and the Golden State Warriors blew right past James and the Cleveland Cavaliers in Game 1 of the NBA Finals.
Finds Durant.
Durant, the 2014 league MVP, is new to the Cavs-Warriors rivalry. He shocked the basketball world when he left the Oklahoma City Thunder to join the Warriors this season, even seeing his jersey destroyed by his former fans.
And Durant throws it down.
Durant put on a show for his current home fans, scoring 38 points in Game 1, where he went head-to-head against LeBron.
He's going to do what he does. You know, he's LeBron James. He can, you know, he's, you guys know what he can do. So I just try to play as hard as I can and not make it about a matchup.
LeBron still managed to stuff the stat sheet, scoring 28 points of his own.
And finds James.
And don't forget about Steph. The reigning MVP finished the night with 28 points, including 6 from behind the arc.
Steph Curry drains a long three-pointer.
But on a team known for its three-point shooting, it was Durant who served up dunk after dunk after dunk early on in front of a star-studded Oracle Arena crowd. He lit it up from the outside, too. Even Rihanna couldn't stop him. After she supposedly trolled Durant from the stands, viewers couldn't help but notice this stare down. But KD says don't read too much into it.
I don't even remember that. I'm cool. Have fun with that.
Reporting there, Cleveland has lost the opener in the finals to Golden State 3 straight years now. But remember, they did rally to win the championship in 7 games last year. Game 2 is Sunday night. When we come back, we'll meet our pets of the week. And a Florida man is a hero now after saving a boy stuck under a boat dock. His heroic efforts captured on camera.
Since 1972, Sleep King has provided quality mattresses and accessories at the best discounted prices available. Top brands like Simmons, Sealy, Serta, Beautyrest, iComfort, and more. With available free delivery, free financing, and free setup and removal. For a comfortable night's sleep with same-day delivery, even if we have to carry it on our backs. Trust Sleep King of Sarasota. Buy it today, sleep on it tonight.
Are you Goodwill?
Yes, because when I donate
or shop at Goodwill,
I'm creating a job.
I am Goodwill, yeah, yeah.
The kitchen is where life happens. Minnesota Flooring now offers a wide variety of beautiful quality craft-made cabinetry to make sure the heart of your home reflects your style. Visit us today.
This is an important medical announcement. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to uncontrollable bleeding and even death. If you've been prescribed one of these drugs and have experienced these dangerous side effects, you may be entitled to substantial compensation. Studies show that Pradaxa can cause more heart attacks than warfarin, and other countries have already issued safety warnings against this drug. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. The call is confidential. There's no cost, and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to Pradaxa victims, and thousands of Xarelto victims are filing their legal cases. Call the Drug Watch hotline. If you or a loved one used Xarelto or Pradaxa and experienced uncontrollable bleeding, brain hemorrhage, or even death, you must call now.
Call 800-793-6055. 800-793-6055.
Check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blog, step-by-step videos, and Suncoast Restaurant Guide. You'll find it all at mysuncoast.com/dining. ABC7 News at 7, weeknights.
Today's Pets of the Week come with some feathers. John is with the founder of Dante's Den and host of Animal Outtakes, Marcia Panucci, to tell us about the birds of paradise. John?
Well, they always told me I was a bird brain, and now we prove it. That is an unfair statement because birds are smart.
They're very, very smart.
Very smart.
And you know, they think that we're part of the flock. So that's why they communicate so well with us. But we have Aquiel here. Now, these birds are from Birds of Paradise. And they have about 35 or 40 birds in their sanctuary, in their rescue area, that are adoptable. Now, these birds are not. They speak well for Birds of Paradise, and they come on shows, and they come and they tell us just how important it is to own one of these birds. Now, Aquiel, who's on my shoulder, is a Moluccan. part of the parrot family, and she is going to live somewhere about 60 or 70 years. And so another thing you have to think about, John, is do you will your birds to a family member or a friend, because the birds may outlive you.
It is a huge commitment. It is a huge commitment. But you know what? The people that I know that have birds, they would rather have no other pet. They just love, oh, I know that was scary, that camera moving.
Oh, yes,
I know,
Miko.
honey. It's okay. It's okay, Miko.
Now, this
It's
is
all right.
Miko, who is an umbrella cockatoo,
It's
just absolutely gorgeous. Now, she
That's
was
your camera right there.
she was talking up a storm before we got in here, and then, of course, that beautiful crest just opens up, and she is magnificently gorgeous.
Are you magnificently gorgeous?
Yes, she is. She
Are
is.
you gorgeous? Are you pretty?
And then, of course, we have the Connor over here. This is more a bird that most people will have if they don't want to enrich themselves with some of the older birds and the bigger birds. But how could you not? How could you not? Isn't this something?
They're awesome. I remember probably about 10 years ago now, Diane Sawyer did a story on African gray parrots. And it was showed that they had a vocabulary of about 1,000 words. Could problem solve.
Yes.
And were very, very teachable. It was just amazing how smart these birds are.
They have a very extensive vocabulary. Sometimes it's a minimum of 500 words, and then it goes up from there. So, you know, they're pretty, they're pretty smart. And, you know, of course, we would all love to take these birds home today, John, but as I said, they are spokesbirds for Birds of Paradise, and Birds of Paradise is located in Bradenton. They do a marvelous job with all of these birds, and also have a very wonderful pet therapy program going on, because they're finding out that birds, as well as dogs, are great for PTSD, those types of, you know, afflictions that some people have, and they're great.
So give them a call if you would like to adopt one of these. Make sure you're willing to make the commitment, because they are very loyal. They really become members of the family. They're capable of great love, and they last a long time. And they do require care, but my goodness, I know people that have birds and love them. Scott?
All right, thank you both. Let's get back to Chef Judy now. She's joining us today in Englewood at Farlow's on the Water.
Welcome back. I'm here with Keith Farlow from Farlow's on the Water. Keith, tell us about the history of Farlow's and what brought you down to Englewood.
Well, thank you, Chef Judy. It's a pleasure to have you here. I would describe Farlow's cuisine as a combination of me growing up in St. Croix, Virgin Islands, and my wife coming to Kentucky. I had the pleasure to travel to almost every Caribbean island through being a swimmer, and my wife, we married in Kentucky, and I fell in love with her Southern cooking. So when I found the passion for Caribbean cuisine through all my travels, we quickly realized that we had a unique concept that we would like to present to this community, Englewood.
Well, you certainly did present it well. This is a really large establishment. Walk us through about the dining aspect of where you can sit and the water.
Well, my parents moved here after Hurricane Hugo in 1991, and that's how we followed suit in 2003. And we've been in this location for 14 years, and we've just really felt like we found a home when we came to Englewood.
I can totally understand it. How big is that boardwalk behind me?
We just constructed that boardwalk roughly about 4 years ago, and it's about 1,400 square feet. And we do entertainment out there every now and then if we're not doing entertainment on our great patio.
It is so beautiful. And like I said earlier, I love that you can dine inside under the air conditioning, the beautiful vines outside. It's going to be perfect. And I know your wife, Lori, will be joining us to describe this beautiful array of cuisine. So thank you so much for taking the time, Keith. I know it's going to be a special tasting.
Chef Judy, it's my pleasure.
Thank you. We'll be back in a few more minutes.
Attention, this is an important message for anyone who has taken Xarelto or Pradaxa. If you or a loved one took the blood thinner medication Xarelto or Pradaxa and was then hospitalized for internal bleeding, you may be entitled to significant compensation. Xarelto and Pradaxa have been linked to serious, even fatal internal bleeding. If you suffered a stroke, heart attack, or serious internal bleeding, or if a loved one died after taking Xarelto or Pradaxa, call us now. Our network of attorneys have years of experience fighting the big pharmaceutical companies and is ready to fight for you. Potential claims are being reviewed for users of Xarelto or Pradaxa who have suffered severe bleeding or hemorrhaging, stroke, or even death. Our network of experienced attorneys is ready to fight for you. You won't pay a thing unless your case is settled. Call today for a free confidential consultation. Don't fight this alone.
Please call 800-928-6604. That is 800-928-6604.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
I knew I could get myself out of this. I just needed some hope and some help.
I took the first step to recovery when I made the call.
If you're depressed, drinking, and using drugs, you may need help.
And the Affordable Care Act guarantees coverage of substance abuse.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment.
I had problems just getting to sleep, drinking and using pills every night.
I feel like I'm losing control. I'm afraid I'll lose my job or even my family.
Are you losing hope? You can recover and get back on track. Call now for hope and help with proven, gentle recovery programs.
I never thought that I could be somebody who didn't drink and use drugs.
I have something to hold on to for strength. I'm in recovery, getting the help I need.
Call the Addiction, Hope, and Helpline now for a free assessment with someone who cares.
Call 1-800-764-8708. That's 1-800-764-8708.
Stay connected to your clients and new customers using ABC7 Digital Media Services. Our team of professionals provide a wide array of digital services to help you get the most out of your website. We specialize in building and helping you maintain the most effective digital solutions for your business. It's vital that your online presence stands out, so our experts will equip you with the best resources available. Trust ABC7 Digital Media Services to give you the right tools to grow your business.
Live from our studios on Florida's Suncoast, this is ABC7 News at noon. Your Suncoast News. We're here for you.
Welcome back. Topping our news this half hour, an attack at a popular resort in the Filipino capital of Manila leaves dozens dead. The gunman behind the attack, apparently part of ISIS. The group says he carried out killing and hurting people until he died a martyr. ABC's Maggie Rulli has the latest.
Today, Manila is in mourning after that deadly attack on a casino left at least 35 dead, including this woman's daughter-in-law. She left behind young children, and she says she can't accept what happened to her. The daughter-in-law was working on the second floor when the gunfire broke out at midnight local time. Eyewitnesses say an armed man stormed the packed World Resorts casino.
Oh my God, you guys, I can hear gunshots.
Setting tables on fire, using gasoline to make the flames and smoke sweep through the crowds.
Next I saw, he started a huge fire. Okay. And then we just started running.
Authorities found the victims suffocated from smoke inhalation, many of them hiding in the bathroom. After 7 long hours, authorities discovered the suspect had taken his own life.
We are still investigating and trying to ascertain why somebody would be so senseless.
Authorities in Manila are insisting it was a casino heist gone wrong and say the suspect attempted to steal some $2.3 million worth of casino chips. In a new statement, ISIS has claimed responsibility for the attack, and the Philippine government is currently fighting against an ISIS-affiliated group in the region. But so far, they insist this is not a terror-related incident. Maggie Rulli, ABC News, New York.
A small suspicious suitcase found outside the Pulse nightclub in Orlando turned out to be nothing. That suitcase was found this morning outside the club. Both police and firefighters were called there to the scene. Turns out that suitcase was just abandoned there, and it contains nothing hazardous. Here in Florida, incredible body camera video shows the rescue of a boy who was trapped underneath a boat dock. This happened in Lake Placid, not too far from us in Highlands County last week. The little boy had jumped into the lake and then became trapped. Volunteer firefighter Rafael Ramos had his body camera rolling as he swam towards the child. He says the child was terrified and crying. His head was barely above the water, but he did manage to get him, and the boy was okay. Ramos is a 3-year veteran of the volunteer fire department and says this was his first rescue. A good one at that.
Wow.
Yeah. All right. As you said earlier, I mean, Chamber of Commerce Day, no, this is not it. But
it's not. But
it's
goodness, we need the rainfall, you know. So you can't always have exactly what you want, but you get what you need, right? Isn't that the way it goes? You get what you need. And we need some rainfall, so I think we're going to get a little bit of that. I wish it was all midweek instead of over the weekend, over a weekend when a lot of people will be celebrating graduations, but it's the way it is. And we are seeing right now some thunderstorm activity moving on shore, producing some rainfall. And we got those rains in progress around Warm Mineral Springs, down around Osprey. Those showers moving on shore will produce some pretty good rainfall rates, but they're moving at a fairly quick rate. So, you know, they won't be around your neighborhood particularly long before moving on. A lot of cloud cover out there and a lot of moisture across the state of Florida. That will lead to excellent rain chances today. Put the rain coverage at about 50%, I think, as we head through the afternoon. Showers and thunderstorms could produce anywhere from ½ an inch to an inch of rainfall in some locations, and even more of that on the way this weekend, which we'll talk about in just a second, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. A new phone scam is popping up here on the Suncoast. This one deals with missing jury duty and then owing money in order to avoid an arrest. ABC 7's Ray Collins joins us with the details. Ray?
Scott, the scammer says he's from local law enforcement and even has a local call in the 941 area code. He then tells the would-be victim that they missed jury duty and a warrant is out for their arrest. The caller then says the only way to get out of trouble is sending $2,000 through the Green Dot money payment system by day's end. A local police spokesperson says do not be fooled.
Well, if you receive anything that seems suspicious, obviously you can call law enforcement and confirm whether there is any validity to it. And if you feel like something's suspicious and it just doesn't seem right, don't fall for it. Do due diligence, do a simple Google search. You know, if you get a phone call that you don't recognize, don't answer it, don't give your personal information over the phone. Very simple things that you can do to protect yourself.
A similar scam making the rounds now involves clicking on a link about missing jury duty, but that link is a computer virus, so be forewarned. Scott?
All right, thank you so much, Ray. Sarasota County Planning Commission rejecting the proposal to build a recycling facility near the popular celery fields in Sarasota. TST Ventures proposed a 16-acre facility at the corner of Palmer Boulevard and Apex Road. But opponents were concerned about the environmental impact on the popular bird-watching site and then the traffic that the project would bring to that area.
It's a fantastic area, recreation. It's just a beautiful park. There's birding. And we are very concerned that if you put concrete crushers on the land next door, that we're going to have a serious negative impact from that.
Dust, silicon, traveling through the air. This is an unenclosed waste processing facility, and noise, which will be driven by giant diesel machines.
The land in question is on Palmer, just east of the interstate on I-75. Now let's get back to ABC 7 Culinary Director Judy Gallagher, who's having lunch today at a pretty spot, Farlow's on the Water in Englewood.
And I want you to meet Lori Farlow. Lori, I'm so excited for you to describe all the cuisine that's on the table. So let's start right over here.
Alrighty, I can start with our appetizer tower. So we have a great crab stuffed portobello mushroom. We have our coconut shrimp on there. We make that sauce. It's a strawberry yogurt dipping sauce. It's got a little hint of coconut in it as well. Fried green tomatoes. I am from Kentucky. You must have fried green tomatoes on your menu. We sell boatloads of those. They're so much fun to eat. So that's kind of a mixture. Our coconut shrimp is so popular here.
Sounds great. Next.
This is the love of my husband. This is our goat. So we actually cook off goat here as well. We do the fried plantains, the Caribbean rice with that. We've got a jicama slaw. It's got a salsa verde over it, a little goat cheese over the top, and all of those things.
Sounds a little Jamaican in style, and I love it.
Absolutely.
Seafood lovers are going to love this dish.
That's our seafood pie. and that has shrimp, scallop, and lobsters in a lobster cream sauce, and that is heavenly as well, very rich and creamy and good.
And for the carnivores?
For our carnivores, we do hand cut our steaks here. That's actually a prime New York strip. We also have regular New York strips as well, but that's our prime that we have topped with our marinated onion straws, picante pepper, a horseradish sauce that we put over the top of it.
I love all the different flavors you're working with, and I love a great fish taco.
Absolutely. So I love fish tacos as well. We actually use fresh grouper in that. We make a great pico de gallo that has the mango and kiwi, and then we have a spicy sauce over the top that's got pureed mango, sriracha, all of that, and so it's just a nice flavor on the tongue.
And going to be great with a mojito.
Yeah,
Tell me about the shrimp.
So the shrimp and grits, what we have is we have wild-caught pink shrimp that we use here, and so we marinate that in like a Maker's Mark bourbon sauce, and then we fix our own grits here as well. That's in a cheese bowl made with Gruyere and Asiago cheese. And then corn pudding. I am from Kentucky. Again, I have to say you have to have corn pudding on your menu when you come from Kentucky. So
I love it. Now, if you're looking to eat lighter,
absolutely,
I really like the idea of this salad with the scallops.
Yes, that's our Caribbean scallop salad. And so we grill the pineapple, the scallops. That is really one of our heart-healthy choices, but it tastes really good. You don't really feel like you're being cheated, which I think is nice. We do a lot of salads, but that's a real popular one for everyone.
And this baby, I love whole crispy fish.
So this is a whole fried hog snapper. So, and we serve it with a variety of different sauces that you get. So all of these are different ones that we make in-house, from our cocktail sauce to our aioli, remoulade, all of those, and then just a little fresh olive oil with herbs in case you want to keep it lighter with that crispy crust and all of that.
I love it. Now, real quickly, let's acknowledge this fish cart.
I know, how about that? So we're really proud of our fish cart. We make sure that we get in fresh fish every day. So that's a selection of what we get. We push that around the restaurant. That way everybody can see what they're eating so that they can enjoy it. And the kids love it. Adults love it. We like to see what we eat and like knowing it's fresh, I think.
And it's really fresh. Now, don't go anywhere because we still have another segment, and it's called Dessert, and we'll get outside and enjoy something tasty and sweet in a moment. Thank you, Lori.
Thank you so much. It's a pleasure having you here today. We really appreciate it.
It's great for me.
Thank you.
Our dad is an incredible man, a great father, and a hero who served his country well. He worked hard to take care of us. Now we take care of Dad with the help of Granny Nannies.
A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Attention, Americans eligible for Medicare. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? Did you know there may be money available to lower your medical prescription costs? Call Health Markets and we'll tell you if you qualify.
Hi, I'm Dr. Martin Jeetsi. It's a new Medicare year. That means more changes and more confusion. The key question is, what can you do now to ensure you get the care you need in the coming year?
Call Health Markets today. You may qualify to save money on prescriptions. We'll help you find plans that may cost less, cover more, and could even lower your prescription costs to increase your savings. We help you find all the benefits you're entitled to, and we do it at no cost.
Make sure you have what you need to get the care that's right for you.
Find out if you qualify to receive extra help with your prescriptions. Call the number on the screen now. Representatives are standing by.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School, serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
What to do when your heating or air conditioning needs service or, heaven forbid, replacement? Call Air Now today. We've been serving Sarasota and Manatee counties since 1946. We offer $49.95 tune-ups, lease or finance options, and remember, service today or it's free.
Check out mysuncoast.com/dining, your guide to the foodie lifestyle.
Granny Nannies. We've been making house calls for over 25 years. When you need home health care services, there really is no place like home.
Grandma! A helping hand and a gentle heart.
Looking at some rain shafts from showers and thunderstorms moving onshore from Gulf waters. Much needed rain. I tell you, it looks like liquid gold, doesn't it? Those showers will be moving onshore and providing us with some very, very much needed rainfall as much of the state of Florida is still under extreme drought. So we're glad to see this. We've been talking over the last couple of days about the possibility of some very heavy rainfall over the course of the next several days across the state of Florida and the northern Gulf Coast, and hopefully that will happen. 83 degrees current air temperature, dew point 73, west-northwest wind now developing, pushing some of that massive amounts of rain and moisture offshore, now onshore. 86 degrees, Wauchula, 88, Mayaca, 86 in Arcadia, 87 in Northport, 84 in Venice and Inglewood, 81 Longboat Key, Sarasota is at 83 and Bradenton is at 86. Got some holes in the clouds from place to place. That's helping to heat up the land masses and start this little bit of a circulation going on that's going to bring these showers onshore. Nothing really severe here, just some good, much-needed rainfall coming onshore and producing at times some pretty heavy rainfall. Now, the motion of these storms is pretty fast, and as soon as they get onshore, you'll watch a lot of them begin to die out pretty quickly. But, you know, we could get half-inch rainfalls out of some of these, moving onshore now, central Sarasota and soon into Manatee County. It's part of a large plume of moisture rising up out of the Pacific. This continues on down into the Pacific waters where a system is moving onshore in Mexico. A lot of this moisture will be affecting areas of the northern Gulf Coast and the central part of the state of Florida over the next several days. The little trough of low pressure is non-tropical in nature, but we'll watch it at this time of year. You never know what could happen with these kinds of situations in a very moist environment with a surface low pressure feature. But the upper level winds are very hostile, and I really don't expect this to do much more than bring us much needed rainfall. High pressure out in the Atlantic provides us with this southeasterly wind flow over the course of the day, with a little sea breeze turning southwest during the afternoon. That should push showers that form inland back to the coast in a very humid environment. So cloudy through the weekend at times, a little bit of sun poking through at other times, good rain chances. And some heavy rains are possible, as I mentioned, taking a look at some of the radar estimates for rainfall, in excess of 4 inches possible in inland areas and in northern Gulf waters, and that's great. Yesterday, the drought index came out once again, the U.S. Drought Monitors report, and it still puts parts of central Florida in the extreme category as far as drought conditions go. So a good 4-inch rainfall across central Florida spread out over the course of a couple of days. Boy, that would be just awesome. And hopefully that's what we will get. 7-day forecast calls for, again, those chances of rainfall each and every day for the next several days, periods of rain. And daytime highs held down a bit by the cloud cover. Maybe by next week we'll start to see those rain chances briefly subside, but we still have another good rain chance day coming our way toward the end of next work week. Back to you, Scott.
All right, John, thank you. Despite the iffy weather this weekend, we've got some great events happening this weekend. ABC 7's Linda Carson has it all in the Suncoast scene.
The Sarasota International Dragon Boat Races are coming to Benderson Park.
A dragon boat's a 42-foot long canoe that has 20 paddlers in it in 10 rows sitting side by side, has a drummer on the front and a steersperson on the back. And there will be races happening every 12 minutes.
The dragon boats are great fun to watch.
They have a head and a tail on them, and then a drummer that's at the front sits with a big ancient Chinese drum in front of them and actually bangs on the drum.
The dragon boat races are a fundraiser for In the Pink, an organization that serves people with breast cancer. Several of the boats will be manned by breast cancer survivors.
At 11:30 that day, every breast cancer team that's there will fill the boats and sit in front of everyone. A song will be sung and a speaker will speak that is a survivor, and then we throw pink carnations into the water.
So don't miss the Suncoast International Dragon Boat Festival here at Nathan Benderson Park on Saturday from 8 a.m. until 5. And the Loveland Center for Adults with Developmental Disabilities presents its 22nd annual show at the Venice Theater. The show is Las Vegas Under the Neon Lights at the Venice Theater Thursday through Sunday. Get to know the creatures of the deep better by coming to World Ocean Day on Saturday from 10 to 1 at Moat Marine. You can get up close and personal with them.
World Oceans Day is a global ocean celebration and collaboration towards a better future. It was recognized in 1992 at the Earth Summit and then it was recognized as a holiday by the United Nations in 2009.
It's a favorite holiday at Moat.
We are going to have games, we are going to have crafts, we are going to have educational booths. Moat's education department will be present leading activities and lots of fun. We're going to have face painting, entertainment from the Garbage Men, who's a local group of young men who play instruments on recycled materials. So they promote sustainability through music.
And Friday night, head out to Lakewood Ranch for Music on Main Street. Linda Carson, ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
Linda, thank you so much. 2 superheroes are flying into theaters this weekend, and it's arguably one of the greatest Beatle albums of all time. Is it? Is it not? Well, we'll look back at Sgt. Pepper next in Entertainment News.
This is an important medical announcement. Bard IVC filters have been linked to punctured veins and problems with migration. Anyone who's received a Bard IVC filter must receive medical monitoring and may be entitled to substantial compensation. If you have the Bard Recovery G2 or G2 Express filter, you are in a class of patients who should be compensated for some expenses. Call now for a free assessment of your case and potential money damages. This call is confidential. There's no cost and you may be eligible. Juries have awarded millions of dollars to people who should have been warned about the risks of the Bard IVC filters. Call the IVC Filter Hotline if you or a loved one has received an IVC filter and experienced a vein puncture or required medical monitoring. You must call now.
Call 800-329-3089. 800-329-3089.
Because my parents told me I have to be responsible.
Because my first coach told me, you can do this.
Because my boss showed me how to do a good job.
Because my teacher helped me see the choices.
I'm swimming faster than I ever dreamed.
I am a valuable employee.
I discovered that I could work as an artist.
I will be whatever I want to be.
Youth with disabilities should grow up expecting to work and succeed. For more information, visit whatcanyoudocampaign.org.
I am a veteran. My victory was finding the strength to be a champion.
My victory is having a job I can be proud of.
At DAV, we help veterans get the benefits they've earned.
My victory was finishing my education.
My victory was getting help to put our lives back together.
DAV provides veterans with a lifetime of support.
My victory is being there for my family.
Help us support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
If you're only hungry for a slice of apple pie, why buy the whole pie? And you certainly wouldn't want to pay for an all-you-can-eat buffet. So if you don't use your cell phone that much, why get charged for a plan that's too big or even an unlimited plan? Luckily, there's still a wireless company that shares your values. Welcome to Consumer Cellular. Our average customer pays about $25 a month for everything they need. Many pay even less, as plans start at just $10 a month. You'll get a straightforward bill that's easy to understand, with no surprises, and all the attention you deserve from our friendly customer service team. No wonder Consumer Cellular has received J.D. Power Awards for highest customer service. Plus, if you're an AARP member, you'll receive special discounts. It's easy to switch. You can even keep your phone and your number. So stop paying for more than you need and start your 30-day risk-free trial today. Call 800-457-2317, go online, or visit a Target store today.
Enjoy some of the best Suncoast restaurants on me. Just go to mysuncoast.com/dining, sign up for the newsletter if you haven't already, and you can win a $50 gift card to a restaurant in our area. We'll pick a winner each week, so go on our website and sign up now. It has been a delicious and a beautiful experience here at Farlow's on the Water.
Here you are, Chef Judy.
Thank you. Whether it's a Nutella brownie baked in a mug with a homemade salted caramel ice cream from a local vendor, homemade tiramisu, this blueberry pie is incredible. So much to offer with a mango cheesecake. I'm going to have a wonderful dessert while we finish up here at beautiful Farlow's on the Water. You're going to really enjoy your experience as much as I am and enjoy the freshness of the seafood, the homemade desserts, the wine list, and of course, the ambiance. So, while I send it back to you guys, I'm going to say happy weekend and good for me on the blueberry pie.
Looks delicious. Judy, thank you so much. In theaters this weekend.
If no one else will defend the world, then I must.
Wonder Woman is looking to make a $100 million debut. Gal Gadot stars as the epic Marvel hero. And another superhero story is premiering. This one is Tidy Whities. The animated Captain Underpants is based on the popular children's book series. This movie could bring in between $25 and $30 million. The 50th anniversary of the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper was celebrated last night in Hollywood with a little help from Cirque du Soleil. The album was released back in June of 1967. It was the first rock album with printed lyrics, the first with a fold-out cover, and the first to win a Best Album Grammy. Even today, though, there's some debate on whether this album was the band's greatest. All depends, I guess, on which Beatles fan you ask.
It's my first album.
Was it really?
Yep. First one.
I was looking at some of the other songs on there. A Little Help from My Friends, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. I mean, there's some great songs on there.
Oh, it's just one after another.
Yeah.
It was the first that I could remember. I could be wrong. I'm not an aficionado, but it was the first concept album that I could remember. You know,
right.
Where you couldn't, one song just seamlessly meld into the next song, and you just couldn't pull them out and still have the same context. Yeah, it was good stuff. So, cloud cover, little rain showers around from time to time. Not a complete washout, but Bob will track it on Radar at 5.
Right. Hope to see you then. Have a great day, everyone.
Hi, I'm Chef Judy. Every Wednesday morning, I'll be with the chefs at the Publix Aprons Cooking School serving up the most wonderful dishes. Watch Aprons in the Kitchen every Wednesday on ABC7's Good Morning Suncoast.
You love your couch and want to protect it from spills, food, and scratching, shedding pets. Introducing Couch Coat, the reversible, washable quilted cover that protects your couch. Shield against spills, wow, stop stains, and dirty pet paws and sharp claws. Plus, it's reversible with 2 stylish colors. Guaranteed to fit any couch up to 92 inches or your money back. It even has covers to protect armrests. Machine washable too.
My grandkids destroy everything, but with Couch Coat, my couch is always protected, looking as good as it did the day I bought it.
Get your Couch Coat for just $19.99, and it's reversible in brown and cream, like 2 couch coats for the price of 1. Order right now, and you can double your offer. Get a second Couch Coat. Just pay a separate fee. Order right now.
Call 1-800-943-0710 to get your couch coat. Call now or go to couchcoat.com. So call 1-800-943-0710. That's 1-800-943-0710. Call now.